All right, check out our new sponsor, Greenwood Stocks. They want you to know how to be able to trade stocks and be your own boss and be free to travel the world by making passive income. We all need that passive income from stock market. What are you waiting for? Call or text 281-760-3170. If you didn't catch that, that's on your screen. Or check them out at social media, Greenwood Stocks, and catch them at Gmail, Greenwood Stock Trading at Gmail, and the YouTube channel is Greenwood Stocks. Appreciate them for giving me the opportunity. Check them out. We out. All right, let's talk about the best receivers that's coming in the draft that I've seen so far, and I pretty much looked at all the top ones. It's really from the ones that I've seen so far, man. It's projected to go to the first, maybe slide early second, or maybe go mid second or late second. You never know how it goes. It's really well preference. It's really what you need. It's really what you prefer. Talking about the quarterback receivers that's meant to go. I'm not talking about pass catchers, tight ends, just receivers. Chase, Smith, Waddle, who else we got? Rashad Bateman, Terrence Marshall, the kid from North Carolina. I'm trying to find. He nice though. Cartavius Tony, Damani Brown. I mean, it's a lot of really good receivers. It's coming out, man. But if I had to start off with my fifth receiver, and it's just preference, dude. It's if you need a speed guy, if you need somebody deep, and my honorable mention is probably going to be Jalen Waddle and Terrence Marshall. I just don't really see them being. I think I prefer Marshall. I don't really like Waddle at all. A lot of injuries. Just a speed guy. Somebody to take the top off, but he's pretty good too. But my fifth guy's probably going to be Cardavius Toney. Hell of a speed guy. Kind of remind you of Waddle a little bit, man. When you talking about Cardavius Toney, remind you of Waddle. Really, they could be tied for fifth. Waddle and Toney, but I like Toney a lot. And Cardavius Toney, speed guy, and he remind you of Waddle, you know. If you need somebody, you got a possession receiver, you got a big body receiver, and you probably need somebody. He's going to take the top off the defense. Cardavius Toney. Florida had a lot of talent offensively, and they kind of, to me, underperformed. But Cardavius Toney, right there with Jalen Waddle, both return kicks, both explosive, both athletic, both take the top off the defense. Really, it's apples to oranges. One is whoever you prefer. When you talking about Cardavius Toney, it's whoever you prefer, man. Hella athletic, quick, shifty, 6 foot, 193, a little bit bigger than him. From Mobile, Alabama, I don't understand how he got out of Alabama. But really, it's your preference when you talking about him and Waddle. I think Marshall might just be a step below them, but yeah, when you talking about, it's just preference. It's what you need, especially at the bottom. You talking about number 4 for me, Rashad Bateman. You know, I'm saying he lesser than the guys in front of him. You know, hella athlete. I think the guys that's on this list a little bit more shiftier than him. Okay, even Waddle, he's 5th. A little bit more shiftier. And Jalen Waddle, you know, same thing as Cardavius Toney, just with injuries, right? You talking about Rashad Bateman, he easily could be the best receiver in the draft. You know, tall guy, ran a 4.39 unofficial or something like that. Came to Minnesota from Georgia. But you talking about the ability to high point the ball. Remind me of Marvin Jones Jr. with a little bit more go up there and go catch the ball. But Rashad Bateman, shifty. Not shifty, but more long speed. But shit, if you're looking for kind of that perfect size for a receiver, 6'2", not too long, where you get a lot of injuries, Rashad Bateman, he could run, slant. He run the route tree. Kind of more of your, he kind of more of your possession body receiver, but he can run by guys. He can run with the best of them. Really, it's preference. You know, I'm gonna just talk about that. It's preference. My number 3 guy, man. I like this guy a lot, man. I like this guy a lot. This guy can play some football. You know, on some of these these big boys who don't know nothing about football. Damani Brown out of North Carolina. It's my 3rd best receiver. And like I said, his preference. He kind of give you more of that Odell Beckham vibe. He had 1,000 yards his last 2 seasons. 1,099 this year. 1,034 last year. Had 12 touchdowns his sophomore year. This past season, have 8. But he definitely, I would say, you know, maybe a slight notch below the top 2 on my list. But he a real deal, 6'1", 6 foot, around 185. Kind of remind you of Odell Beckham. One of those dudes that can do it all. Shifty, fast, go up and high point the ball, can run by you, can do the screens, can run the route tree, complete number one type of guy potentially, man. But he can do it all. Wouldn't surprise me if any of the guys I'm speaking on, even Terrence Marshall, became the number one receiver. But Amari Brown is a fucking animal. I see him better than, in my opinion, just coming in. You don't know how the situation's going to play out of injuries. I see him better than Cardiac Tony, better than Bateman. I mean, the numbers don't lie. This dude can do it all. You talk about Cardiac Tony, more of a speed threat, end around, kick return, speedy receiver type of guy. Brown can beat it with speed. He can get downfield. He can run the outs. He can run the ends. He reminds you of maybe a slightly less or less athletic Odell Beckham Jr. He reminds you of that type of guy. He just do everything on the field. Perfect receiver for a receiver. People think 6'5", 6'6" receiver is a perfect. No, it's not. That's those guys don't last long. You see Julio, Calvin has some injuries. EJ Green has some injuries. Those receivers get hurt. The perfect receiver is probably right 6 foot, 6'2", 6'1", 5'11", 5'10", because they don't have a lot of body to get hit. They last longer. So I think he had a perfect receiver. I'm looking at Trackathon. They don't know nothing. Talking about he the 84th. No, this dude is clearly a first round talent. Might be a top 10 talent in my opinion, but yeah, I like that guy too. But really, it's preference, and I'll take Jamar Chase number 2, maybe 1B if you want to be. If I'm gonna be honest, 1B. He another guy, athletic, right around the 4.4. They had him 4.39, 4.4, 4.5 type of guy. Could run by guys. Didn't play last year, but people just pick him over Smith because of weight. But people don't go back and comp. I remember somebody at Bleacher Report was saying Smith reminded them of somebody. I can't remember who it was. He reminded me of Marvin Harrison. But with Jamar Chase, I think his stock kind of going up because of what Justin Jefferson did in the league. But strong receiver, wouldn't be mad. I mean, him and Smith is apples to tomatoes, man. Whoever, apples to oranges, whatever you prefer. But do the same thing. But I don't think he's as a polished route runner as Smith, but come on, Smith played this year. But yeah, Chase is great. People think he's like way more bigger than Smith. Him and Smith the same height. This is a 25-pound difference, but they all from Louisiana, even Justin Fields. But yeah, I mean, Chase is a beast, man. Whatever you need to do, like Brown, whatever you need to do, he can do it. Run by somebody. Run the route tree, he can do whatever you want to do. Once you run by you, once you run in routes, out routes, timing routes, he can do it. So, to be honest, he can do whatever you need to be done out there. That's Devontae Smith. Whatever you need to be done, Jamar Chase, he can do it. So, and the difference between him and Smith, too, is that he can break more tackles. He can get that yak, so he can take you over the middle. He can take you on the outside. He can do the end arounds. He can do the screens. He can do the deep post, the skinny post, the end, the double moves, the deep, the 9 routes. He can do it all. Post corner route. So, that's the difference between him and Smith. Smith is a more polished route runner. He got better yak. And my number one guy, Smith, or tied for number 1 with Chase is Smith. Just polished route runner, in and out of breaks. He reminds you of Marvin Harrison. Same build, Marvin Harrison was around the same height, around the same weight. People forget that. A lot of these dudes don't know football. But his comp is Marvin Harrison. You look how he get in and out of breaks, timing pattern, play on the outside. Marvin Harrison, 6 foot 179. So he's a Hall of Famer. So that's what he remind me of. I'm pretty sure he probably don't got the hands as far as punching. So Marvin Harrison looked that story up. But yeah, get downfield, in and out of breaks, polished route runner, and he can go up and high point the ball. A lot of people don't see that. He go up there and get it, and him and Chase is just your preference. But just because he's skinny, it doesn't really matter at this point because, NFL not as physical as it once was. But, moving on, yeah, it's preference. If you need a big body, possession receiver can get down the field and be explosive, you favor Rashad Bateman. You want somebody that just come in and can do it all and be, can be a Swiss Army knife. Do you like Jamar Chase or Brown? You need somebody to get down the field and be explosive. We like Waddle And Cardavius Toney gets you some kick return. You like a technician at the route running and get out of breaks. You want Marvin Harrison, Devontae Smith. So, another big body receiver, Terrence Marshall. But hey, out of LSU. But hey, let me know what you guys think. Check out the NFL playlist. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request, all my social media subscription. Fast way to reach me is Twitter and Facebook and Instagram. Facebook group link in the description. Want to make a donation? Pass out PayPal in the description. Best way to donate. Share the video. Check out the NFL playlist for more videos like this. Peace.